So now the Bedouin says, Atana Rasuluk, one of your messengers has come to our village from Medina. فَزَعَمَ لَنَا أَنَّكَ تَزْعُمْ أَنَّ اللَّهَ أَرْسَلَكَ. He is claiming that you have been sent by Allah as a messenger. In another version, remember versions explain versions. In another version he says, أَسْأَلُكَ بِرَبِّكَ وَرَبِّ مَنْ قَبْلَكَ. I ask you by your Lord and the Lord of all of those that came before, Allah أَرْسَلَكَ إِلَى النَّاسِ كُلِّهِمْ. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent you as a messenger to all of mankind. Now in some versions he says sadaq, and in other versions he says na'am. Sadaq meaning yes, that's the truth, or na'am meaning yes. As we said before, versions explain versions. This is now affirmation from the Messenger of Allah. Then the Bedouin asks, remember we said in the beginning that this hadith has aqidah. Here's the aqidah. He asks him, فَمَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاءَ. Who is the one who created the sky? The Messenger of Allah with full simplicity and ease, Allah. فَمَنْ خَلَقَ الْأَرْض. Who is the one who created the earth with full simplicity and ease? Allah. فَمَنْ نَسَبَ هَذِهِ الْجِبَالَ وَجَعَلَ فِيهَا مَا جَعَلَ. Who is the one who fixed these mountains and he made on earth whatever he made? The Messenger of Allah again with simplicity and ease says Allah. So now the Bedouin asks, فَبِالَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاءَ. I ask you by the one who created the sky, وَخَلَقَ الْأَرْض, and the one who created the earth, وَنَسَبَ هَذِهِ الْجِبَالَ, and the one who fixed these mountains. Allah أَرْسَلَكَ. I'm asking you again, has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent you as a messenger? He says, Na'am. Now here, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah gives us two benefits, both in Aqidah, one in Manhaj also. The first benefit is that the Tawheed of Rububiyyah is connected to Tawheed of Uluhiyyah. Now, Bedouins, until today, are very simple people. They're illiterate, some of them, until today. They don't know how to read and write. They're not very educated, and some of them are very hard-headed. So for this Bedouin to come into the masjid and ask the Messenger of Allah some groundbreaking questions shows us that there is a relationship between Rububiyyah and Uluhiyyah. Did Allah create? Let's worship Him. Did Allah create the sky and He created the earth and He fixed the mountains and then He sent you to show us how to worship Him? Is that how it is? The Messenger of Allah is confirming that's how simple Tawheed actually is. And that there is a relationship between Rububiyyah and Uluhiyyah. The second benefit now, and this is connected to Tawheed and again connected to Manhaj, this is proof that the religion is easy. This is proof that the religion is easy to understand and it appeals to our fitrah. As for theories and philosophy and kalam and things which are too difficult for people to understand, then this can never be the methodology of truth. It doesn't appeal to the fitrah. In actual fact, it increases the person in confusion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, and Ibn Taymiyyah uses this as proof, إِسْتَهْوَةُ الشَّيَاطِينُ فِي الْأَرْضِ حَيْرَانٌ. Shaitan constantly puts a person in a state of confusion. حَيْرَانٌ لَهُ أَصْحَابٌ يَدْعُونَهُ إِلَى الْهُدَى ائْتِنَا. Constantly confusion upon confusion. And then he moves him from one confusion to another confusion, constantly saying, come to our guidance. The shaitan is saying, come to our guidance. Meaning, come to this theory, and then come to this theory, and then no, it's this theory, and no, it's this now. All of this is confusion, and he is saying here, this is the nature of ilm al-kalam. It doesn't settle, and it doesn't appeal to the fitrah. As for la ilaha illallah, He created you, worship Him. It's that simple. Right, now the Bedouin says, and shuduk billah, I ask you by Allah, I appeal to you by Allah, has Allah commanded us to pray 5 times a day, every night and every morning, every day and every night? The Messenger of Allah said, Na'am. In another version, he says, Sadaq. In another version, this is Bukhari Muslim, he says, La illa an tattawwa. With this now, the ulama have used to say that there are only 5 obligatory prayers in Islam. Witr, not obligatory. Taraweeh, not obligatory. Tahajjud, not obligatory. Eid, not obligatory. Because the Messenger of Allah has been asked, are we supposed to pray 5 every day and every night? He says, yes. That's it. That's what's wajib upon you. There is nothing else which is wajib upon you. He then says, now this is a fiqh debate, and this is not the position, but here, this is not position for us to talk about it, but here, it's an indication as to how the ulama have understood this hadith. The Bedouin asks 5 daily prayers. Is this what is wajib? Khalas, that is it. So this now becomes the foundation for it. The Messenger of Allah in one nation, he says, Illa an tattawwa. Now the word illa can refer to except, and it can also mean yes. إلا أن تتطوع, meaning, yeah, pray 5, except if you want to do more. If you want to do more, that's up to you. Some of the ulama have said, إلا أن تتطوع means yes, but do more. Meaning 5 is obligatory upon you. The Bedouin is asking, has Allah sent you with a religion where we have to pray 5 times a day, every day and every night? The Messenger of Allah said, Sadaq. Yes, you have spoken, this is correct. Na'am. Or illa an tattawwa. What does that mean? It means if you want to do more, that is up to you. That's one interpretation. Another interpretation, yes, but you should do more. Then he asks him, has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to fast the month of Ramadan, a full month every single year? He says, Na'am. In another version, he says, Sadaq. In another version, he says, La illa an tattawwa. Same thing again. Then he asks him a third question. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to give in charity, that we take from our rich ones and we give it and we split it out and divide it amongst our poor ones. Is that correct? Is that what you have come with? Na'am. Yes. Sadaq. Yes, it is truth. La illa an tattawwa. Yes, this is right, except if you want to do more. Or the second interpretation, yes, but you should do more. Now with this, I want to mention something which is really important. With the ulama of tafsir, also with the ulama of fiqh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to establish the salah and to give in sadaqah. Or to give in zakat, should I say. Aqimu salah wa atu zakat. The ulama have used this hadith to say that the bare minimum which is wajib upon you are the pillars of Islam. And the bare wajib upon you is to fulfill that. If a person wants to do more, then he will be rewarded. But it is not wajib upon him. So what is the bare minimum of charity that you need to give? £2.50 for every 100 every single year. What is the bare minimum that Allah requires for you in your salat? Something which will probably take you about 35 to 45 minutes every single day. 30 days in a year where there are 360, fast them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want much for it. And if you were to establish that, then you have established the religion. Then he asks him, has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to perform the hajj to the house for those who are able to do so? Na'am, sadaq. Then the man says, if this is your religion, Amantu bima ji'ta bih, I have believed in what you have come with, O Muhammad. And then he says, I am the king, or the tribal leader, should I say, the tribal leader of Bani Sa'd ibn Bakr. And my name is Dimam ibn Tha'laba. I'm going to go back to my people and I'm going to tell them about Islam and they will enter into Islam. In another version, he says, وَالَّذِي بَعَثَ بِالْحَقِّ, the one, I swear by the one who has sent you with the truth, وَالَّذِي بَعَثَكَ بِالْحَقِّ لَا أَزِيدَ عَلَيْهِنَّ وَلَا أَنْقُصُهُنَّ. I will not increase in this and I will not decrease in any of what you have just said. ثُمَّ وَلَّى. Anas ibn Malik says, then the man turned and he got off. He turned and he went away. In another version, the man says, I will do what you have told me to do and I will stay away from anything which you have told me to stay away from. And then he left that gathering. The Messenger of Allah then says this famous statement, لَإِن صَدَقْ لَيَدْخُلَنَّ الْجَنَّةَ. Had he been truthful, or if he is truthful, he will enter into Allah's Jannah. أَفْلَحَ إِن صَدَقْ. If he is truthful in this, he will surely be successful. With this, my brothers and sisters, we have a number of the ulama, and I will quote what Ibn Abdul Barr rahimahullah has mentioned here. Now this is absolutely amazing, but this has been mentioned by Ibn Qayyim, Ibn Taymiyyah and others as well. أفلح إن صدق, successful if he is truthful. ففيه دليل, and this is evidence, والله أعلم, على من أدى فرائض الله وجبت له الجنة إذا اجتنب محارمه. If the person does what is wajib upon him, he will enter into Jannah as long as he stays away from the things that are haram. لأن الفلاح, this is because success معناها البقاء في نعيم جنة, because success means that you will remain permanently in the bliss of Jannah. التي أكلها دائم ظلها وفاكهتها لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة. A Jannah where you will remain there permanently, and it will have shade, and it will have fruit, and there is nothing that will stop you, and there will nothing that will be restricted from you. The person, this is Ibn Abdul Barr rahimahullah is saying here, but the person who comes with those things and he fulfills those which are wajib upon him, and he stays away from those things which are haram, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ بِالْجَنَّةِ وَاللَّهُ لَا يُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised this person a Jannah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not break his promises. This, as you can see, my brothers and sisters, is a really important hadith in Islam. In it is aqeedah, in it is fiqh, in it is hikmah, in it is akhlaq, in it is so many things that a Muslim can benefit from. But from the greatest of them, a person can attain his Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Jannah, with something which is so simple. Complete what is wajib upon you. Complete tawheed, complete salat, complete siyam, complete zakat. Stay away from haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you his Jannah. If you do this, you will be successful as long as you are truthful. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he makes us truthful. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he makes us successful. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he makes us of the people that complete what is wajib upon us in a manner that he is pleased with, and that he allows us to stay away from that which is haram in a manner that which he is pleased with. هذا والله أعلم وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.